The CIA chief is mad that he's not getting as big of a cut as Zelensky's taking and the other generals. You understand, folks? Everybody's on the take here. Every single person is on the take. Zelensky is fighting for freedom and democracy in his country. No, he's not. He's eliminating his opponents, and he is destroying anybody who's taking his cut of the money that he thinks he rightfully deserves. Our soldiers are dying, folks. Our economy is suffering. Our position is weakening, and the world's reserve currency is about to not be the US dollar. And Zelensky is lining his pockets with that money. That's exactly what's going on, folks. So this is how Seymour Hersh starts his article, and folks, I'm telling you, this is one of his important articles. Now, so let's get into this. It says the Ukraine government headed by Vladimir Zelensky has been using American taxpayer funds to pay dearly for the vitally needed diesel fuel that is keeping up the Ukrainian army on the move in its war with Russia. It is unknown how much the Zelensky government is paying per gallon for the fuel. The Pentagon was paying as much as $400 per gallon to transport gasoline from a port in Pakistan via truck or parachute into Afghanistan during the decades-long American war there. $400 per gallon. The gas cost them at most $3 per gallon, probably half that. $400 per gallon to transport gasoline from a port in Pakistan via truck or parachute into Afghanistan during the decades-long American war there. What is also unknown is that Zelensky has been buying the fuel. Ready for this, folks? Zelensky has been buying the fuel from Russia. Yes, folks, Russia. The country with which it and Washington are at war, and the Ukrainian president and many in his entourage have been skimming untold millions. I disagree with him. It's billions, by the way. Untold millions from the American dollars earmarked for diesel fuel payments. One estimate by analysts from the Central Intelligence Agency put the embezzled funds at $400 million last year, at least. Another expert compared the level of corruption in Kyiv as approaching that of the Afghan war, although there will be no professional audit reports emerging from the Ukraine. Of course, there won't be any professional audit reports because the CIA and every other clandestine operator in Ukraine will make sure that never happens. Think about how insane this is, folks. He goes on to say Zelensky's been buying discount diesel from the Russians. This is what one knowledgeable intelligence official told me. And who's paying for the gas and oil? We are. Putin and his oligarchs are making millions on it. I don't know who's getting richer, Zelensky or Putin. They're probably both getting as rich. Many government ministries in Kyiv have been literally competing. I was told to set up front companies for export contracts for weapons and ammunition with private arms dealers around the world, all of which provide kickbacks. Many of those companies are in Poland and the Czech Republic, but others are thought to exist in the Persian Gulf and Israel. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that there are others in places like the Cayman Islands and Panama, and there are lots of Americans involved. An American expert on international trade told me, by the way, I'm going to just say this. This is where I think Seymour Hersh gets it wrong. I think a very large section of people that they are depending on to feed money in for arms is Iran. And I think that's being done under the table for a very top secret like JCPOA type of a contract that exists between the United States and Iran that is not publicized by anybody. That's what I think. And I think that's why Israel is hot to trot to want to destroy those type of assets in Iran, because they are being furiously funded by the United States of America. Whether or not anybody wants to admit it, that's exactly what they're doing in the name of their new cult, the Ukraine. Very sad to see that, but it is absolutely true. The issue of corruption was directly raised with Zelensky in a meeting last January in Kyiv with CIA Director William Burns. His message to the Ukrainian president, I was told by an intelligence official with direct knowledge of the meeting, was out of a 1950s mob movie. The senior generals and government officials in Kyiv were angry what they saw as Zelensky's greed, so Burns told the Ukrainian president because he was taking a larger share of the skim money than was going to the generals. The CIA chief is mad that he's not getting as big of a cut as Zelensky's taking and the other generals. You understand, folks? Everybody's on the take here. Every single person is on the take. Zelensky is fighting for freedom and democracy in his country. No, he's not. He's eliminating his opponents, and he is destroying anybody who's taking his cut of the money that he thinks he rightfully deserves. Our soldiers are dying, folks. Our economy is suffering. Our position is weakening, and the world's reserve currency is about to not be the US dollar. And Zelensky is lining his pockets with that money. That's exactly what's going on, folks. I'm going to say this. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm going to take the trusty Bible that John and Roger gave me. It's my studio Bible. This is the only document that matters, because the more we dig into this document, the more aware we become of the situations and circumstances around us. Russia and Ukraine just got more complicated. So has the world. And the only way to simplify our understanding of what we're seeing is this book right here.